Welcome back to another video, everyone. Hope you're all well. Just me today on a solo mission. As you can see in the boat here, I've got my kayak. Just anchored the boat. We're going to kayak into the rocks, get on a ledge, put the berley in, see if we can have an epic land-based session. Then we're going to come back, get in the boat and go and jump in the water and see if we can put a few crays on the board. So stick around, should be a good day. Alright, there's a bit of a wave breaking on the shore, so this will be interesting. But we're doing it. That couldn't have gone much smoother. Alright, let's get these rods out, get this kayak emptied and up above the high tide mark. Let's go. I've never fished this area before, so I don't really know where I'm gonna fish just yet, but we'll work it out. I kind of wanted to fish this little rock here, but they're very tidal and it's very scattered out on the point, but we'll just see what we can find. All right, I'm just gonna leave the gear there, lighten up the load and go for a walk, find out which area I want to fish off. Got the burley in the bag, we'll put that in the water first thing, get that going, come back, grab the rest of our gear set up. Yeah, I reckon this is it. Not the ideal spot I'd usually pick, but still wash a fish up into there and up into here. Looks pretty deep out here. Get the burley in there, get it humming. That's us. Let's get the burley in the water, get the rod set up, get into it. Alright, I've just put the burley on a short little leash so it's not getting too smashed up down there, so it lasts a bit longer. We'll definitely get moving there. Oh, gonna have to watch a few of those. That was gnarly. Maybe the spot's around the corner. That's another one. Alright, might have to rethink this because if a big swell comes in there, I've kind of got nowhere to run. So I might just go and put it back around the side on the other spot. Kind of just fishing a similar area, but maybe just a bit safer. Alright, let's do that. Alright, we're going the safe option, team. Smart when you're by yourself. Down here. This is cool. We can watch the burley, see what comes into it. It's always fun. And the front of the rocks will take all the wash and the swell, and we should be pretty chilled here. So get this burley going, then we'll get set up, eh? Alright guys, early days, but a big snapper just swam into the burley just now. I was just went to get a knife to put a few more holes in it to get this burley cranking because nothing was happening, and then I just saw a little penny and then quite a big snapper. There he is, straight down under the burley now. Good fish. All right, that's promising. All right, let's break a few of these kinners into the water and see what happens. Oh, there's a few snaps. Break open a few of the bigger ones so they sit down the bottom and kind of hang around, kind of like a burley bomb. Unless they get chomped up by a big snapper, which I think, oh no, that was a smaller one. Alright guys, first bait going out is just going to be a bit of squid. Try to get a few kahawai on the board because I can burley the frames and I can use the kahawai for bait. So just flick this out here and on. That easy. Get him out of the water quick so he's not making a ruckus. And that's how quickly and easily fresh bait can be caught. Oh, stolen by the rock cod. Yuck. Alright, let's take a big chunk off this, and instead of putting it straight down under the burley where those snapper are, let's put it out the back and see if there's a big kind of wearier snapper hanging out the back somewhere. Really big one. So a hook through there. Check the drag. Oh, it's pretty hot. Let's just flick this out here, see what happens. That one can just sit there. Oh well, the fish are here, but they're definitely playing hard to get. I should have taken my opportunity earlier when there was heaps down there and they were all feeding. They're a bit skittish now, but I wanted to wait for a really big one to come in. So what I'm going to do is I'll put the big rod out and it's not getting any bites. So that was a fresh kahawai. I'm going to change to a mackerel, bang that out and see if anything out wide is going to pick that up. And we'll just work on getting a few fish here for a feed. and then we'll head back and get on the boat and go for a dive, eh? They're just kind of nipping it, not sucking it in, but that's alright. At least he's biting it. There's a kahawai. Snapper now on. Just a penny. Good eater though. Get him around in the burley bag. Try not to scare too much fish. And up here before we get washed in. Big rod's gone off. Oh, we've just hooked something on the big rod. I just put the camera down to show you guys what I just caught, but this is through the weeds. I'm just trying to, it's been sitting out there for a while, so the line's through the weeds. Oh, we've got him moving. He's out. He's out. Like an okay fish. It's not pulling line, but it's quite heavy. Alright, let me just set this up here. I think it'll only be fair that I do a double hold up of both of the fish. I might just unhook them first. One after another, little penny, then a nicer one. Yeah, epic. I'll let this bigger guy go and I'll keep that one for bait. Maybe the fish are starting to bite, put another big bait further out and see if we can upgrade, eh? But how cool is that? I was just thinking, I haven't seen a kingy. There's a kingy there. I'll just go get the stick bait rod. It'd be cool to see a kingy. Boom. It's not very big, but it's right shape and colour. Where'd he go? All right, out the back. Out there. On team. Back in the weeds again though. Gotcha. Oh, can I get him? Yeah, he's out. There he comes. Look at that, corner of the mouth, BKK hook, nice little snap. He's fresh and healthy, so let's put him back. There, mate. Alright guys, just packing up, a couple of nice pennies. Pretty cool seeing all those fish down there, even though they weren't really biting. It's quite weird, eh? They'll like take baits and stuff, but they won't take a big bait out wide. I've had a few sessions like this where all the fish are kind of at your feet in the burley and anything wide is not really getting hit. That's alright. We wanted to put a big fish on the board, but doesn't always happen, eh? Anyway, let's pack all the stuff up, get back to the boat, putt down the coast a bit and find somewhere to jump in the water and look for a few crays, eh? All right, people, let's get out of here. This doesn't look good, team. Full breakers. Ah, we'll be right. It's not as bad as it looks. Definitely some sets though. Wow. Oh, the sketchiest part of this stuff. Getting in and out. Woo! I don't want to rush, but I think now's the time to go. And these rocks are always slippery as fuck. Not ideal, not ideal. After this. Oh dear. Oh dear. No. Let's go on the back of that. Always gets the heart going a bit. Boat looks like it's sinking. Perfect. Yeah, back to the boat, back to the boat. Take that, boat. Come down here. Rod holder. Gear. Other rod holder. Bag, actually. Whoa. It goes over there like that. And that's us. Woo. All right. Boat starts, that always helps. Pull the anchor up. And yeah, let's go find a spot to have a dive. You don't need the crays to bite to get them. Let's go.
Alrighty team, welcome back underwater. This is actually a dive from about 3 months ago when we first started getting onto the crays. The whole day was actually. So anyway, a bit of cut up footage here from the diving down here. Pretty much straight as soon as I get into the area, this is one of the first rocks I look under, and there's actually a couple of crays under here. You'll see I'll stick my head in here and have a whack at one of these crays down here and just get a glimpse of the other one that's under there as well. But yeah, nice cray straight on the board there. As I said, these are just a few clips. I was actually using a handheld camera for this, and it turned out really shaky, and I've since gone back to the mount on my head, so just taking the best clips out of this one. Coming down here, diving under this rock, and there's a couple of nice crays in here. Jam my hand in there and get a good grab on this one. Pull this one out, and this is quite a decent cray. I'm super stoked with this one. Kind of one of those medium-sized ones for what I get, and I'm real stoked with a medium whenever I can get one. Back to the bag. Super bright and orange, these crays at the moment. It's quite crazy actually. We found that some of the flesh in them lately has been different. Some of the flesh has been kind of a little bit red as we've been eating it, and then the other stuff quite clear. If anyone knows what that is, definitely let us know in the comments, because I have no idea. Alright, another one in the bag, that's 2, one more for the limit, and I dive down here, and this is actually the second crack I have at this cray, and I drag this guy out. Look, it's all covered in this dusty stuff from in its hole, and that is quite a big cray. I'll say later on that is close to my biggest cray ever for that time, which was a couple of weeks before I got those few good ones on that camping mission. Anyway, that one's going back in the bag, and I'm going back to the boat. I just cut the best clips out for you guys, it was so shaky. Alright.
Oh, we just got in from that dive, check this out. Stoked with that. That might be close to my biggest cray. Look at that. That was an unreal dive. Got another one as well. Limited crays. How good. Yeah. Look at the state of the boat. Got a few kinners for the whānau, and yeah, check that out. Yeah, stoked with that. That's yeah, we could go close to my biggest ever cray. Heaps of butterfish down there, big ones too, but I was focusing on getting some crays, and then I went to get some butters, and then they'd all pissed off, but that's pretty standard. Anyway, I'm going to get these crayfish home. I've got a hell of a mess to sort out here. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you next week. It'll be Jane and I, and we'll be into it, eh? Cheers.